guys, how are you? Hiya. How you on, Roger?
Hi.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Carla.
Carla.
The Who's Roger Daltrey and Led Zeppelin's Robert Plant were both on hand this weekend at UCLA to launch the UCLA Daltrey-Townsend Teen and Young Adult Cancer Program. It will help teens and young adult cancer patients at Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center and is an extension of the Teen Cancer Trust operation that the WHO have been supporting to the tune of 19 centers in the UK. The goal of the program is to ensure that every young person afflicted receives the best possible care and professional support to help them meet the physical and emotional challenges of a cancer diagnosis. The mantra is that teenagers and young adults shouldn't stop enjoying their youth just because they have cancer. At this weekend's press conference, Roger Daltrey says the plight of teens and young adults with cancer goes under the radar.
Any parent who's got a child will tell you, what happened to my child when they were 13? You know, what happened to the Bambi effect? Which incidentally is wonderful for children because you put a child on a poster that's trying to raise money for charity and people will throw money at it. Not quite the same for teenagers. You know, so it is an anathema to me that the medical profession never noticed, never observed that this age group were not children and they certainly aren't adults. They are completely different.
Robert Plant talked about getting involved with the program.
You know, I've known Roger since I was standing in the crowd looking at him in 1963 at Kidderminster Town Hall in England. And as you get to know your peers, you begin to decide and see what's going on, what the game is. You know, we live in a heavenly, an other world completely a lot of the time in our careers and our lives. And it's fantastic to see this sort of thing happening. I've been staying in America for a while now, and I'm fully aware of the benefit culture and how righteous it is and how it should be there.
The Who's music has always dealt with the trials and tribulations of being a teenager, and Daltrey talked about giving back to the age groups that give so much to him and his band.
Well, I recognise how simple the issue is. I mean, it's just recognising that there's something going on here that doesn't need to be. Very easy to fix with the cooperation of the medical staff. And goodwill from the public. And also, without teenagers, I wouldn't have had the life I've had. Our first hit record, I was 22 years old. Our fans were 15, 16 onwards. Our fans today are still some of them are 8 years old. You know, we now go from 8 to sort of 80. But without the support of teenagers, I wouldn't have had the life I've had, so it's a great way of giving back.
Daltrey also announced that the first U.S. center will be fully built and functional within 6 months. UCLA representatives visited centers in the UK and observed the way the Teenage Cancer Trust centers were set up. In the U.S., it's been common policy to either group teenagers with adults or children, but the new center seeks to put teens together and provide gathering lounges so they can have emotional support for each other and try to live normal teenage lives. A private benefit concert also took place later that night, November 5th, with performances from Daltrey, Robert Plant and his Band of Joy, with Foo Fighters mastermind Dave Grohl.